Here's Schreiber against a shorty. Good feed, LeClaire, and there's Big Blaze with the stop. And here comes Reardon, who plays forward in box lacrosse.
Here he goes.
Oh, man.
Go get it.
So skilled goalie. Offensively in the
Go.
lead. He scores! Big Blaze! All the way!
Thank you, Blaze! That's another magical moment. We've seen it before. We're seeing it again. Yes, Blaze!
Give the people what they want. You know, when he made this save, Drew, I was going to be like, well, the Chaos, they need more in transition. Didn't know Clark that he was going to take matters in his own hands.
This is incredible. In 2015, I called a game up in Ithaca, New York. First round, Blaze Reardon playing for Albany and Scott Marr against Cornell, went coast to coast and stuck it. It's one of the most memorable goaltending goals I've ever seen in my life. Today, he does it as a pro.
You're good.
Blaze played midfield on extra man in high school. Scott Marr of Albany, first time he saw him, he was top of the power play.
Oh, and another highlight, Kyle Jackson. I mean, we're 3 minutes in. You got a goalie goal, and then Jackson hits the deck and scores.
This is a great start if you're a Chaos fan. You know, Kyle Jackson coming in today shooting 36%. So ultra efficient when he gets his looks. It's just a matter of getting to the middle of the field there. He does a little kind of rocker step hesitation on Marr.
And the pop, right?
Yeah.
Right when he's about to shoot, you feel like he pops away from defensive pressure. That's really hard to do, Ryan, to shoot off your back foot. Yes, you're away from that defensive pressure and contact, but you have no leverage. It shows you his strength with his wrists.
Carolina's offense has been quiet lately. They haven't scored more than 10 points since week 2 on their homecoming weekend in Charlotte. There's Byrne, a foot inside the arc, 3-zip, Carolina.
This is big for Josh Byrne. His first 4 games this season, he was 5 for 20. His last 3, only 2 for 20. But today, he becomes his natural goal scorer. He's passing the best he has in his career. More assists in 2024 than any PLL season. The problem, Ryan, is he's a goal scorer. His DNA is a goal-scoring attackman. And the more that Andy Towers can get him in those spots, the better this offense is.
Here's Brian Minikis.
Look away! Look away!
Played his college ball at Colgate and Georgetown. Some of the quickest feet in the game. Trying to attack Hasek without the stick. Now here's Scott, gets to the right hand and buries it. So the Chaos have taken a 4-0 lead.
You got to get a timeout if you're Archers. You got to get a timeout. We saw this yesterday. Both teams jumped out to that early lead, and they waited a hair too long to stop the bleeding. Here he aggressively attacks Hasek without a stick, moves the ball, simple pass forward to Ross Scott. Ultra quickness, love him being in front of the cage. Little left to right split and find space on that near pipe.
They start the break, John Robbins skips it, outside the arc, Matt Moore. Extra feed, goal line extended. What a finish for the first goal of the day. It's Mac O'Keefe.
He's got a strong chance to be on Team USA in the box game as a floor runner. So he is a talented offensive player. Is an incredible athlete to be able to do both goaltending and field.
Here comes Connor Fields with a head of steam and the finish. Nobody's going to stop that. Connor Fields had the behind-the-back assist on O'Keefe's first goal, and now he's got one of his own.
And credit to Archers for answering the bell when Chaos went up 4-0. You're going to see Fields deny that pick. So the anticipation by Newman is that Fields is going to go over the top there. He rolls back, and you need to have support. You know, I know the Chaos trust their one-on-one matchups, and Newman does a fantastic job covering lefties, but I would make Fields a passer. You know, he's got 17 goals and just 2 assists. Can Chaos sustain what they've done offensively?
Oh, Kyle Jackson.
Wow.
Man, the Chaos are putting together their own highlight reel here in the first quarter. That's a couple of goals for KJ.
There's Byrne, the passer. I mentioned him earlier. Career high in terms of his assists, stealing the rock. But this is a phenomenal goal by Kyle Jackson, who's a lefty running out of angle. I think he's going to go around the world at first, but it's filthy. Behind his back, complete filth, showing you that top hand, his right hand, the Canadian, his dominant hand. That is impossible to track, because you think as a goalie, if you're Dobson, is he going to put it across his face for a twister? Is he going around the world? Drops it low.
Q's got Kyle Jackson on the field. I mean, it's happening too fast.
Connor Fields gets underneath again. It's a carbon copy of the last goal, and Jamie Hanford and Andy Towers are going to have to iron out what they're doing defensively against Fields.
Remember, Fields was once a Chaos attackman. He was ranked, after that first season in 2019, the third best player in professional lacrosse. Parted ways, went to Utah playing under Chris Bates as a midfielder, and now back to his natural attack spot. Look, the guy just has too many tricks in his bag. I always say, when you think of greatness, one word always pops with a player. For me, Connor Fields, it's instincts. Like, there's nothing planned with his game. He just rolls with, okay, you're going to overcommit and play me topside. I'm going underneath.
That's Carolina ball. Yeah, Ambler really went after it. Burns scoops it up. Now Ambler playing defense. Geddes from a sharp angle scores. Hope you took the over, folks.
What a GB RB by Josh Byrne.
It's the little plays. It's the ground ball here by Josh Byrne. I said still a shot, still a shot. He was right there. And then look at this little nifty pickup. The one hand to get really protect his stick from Hasek. And then in transition, he hits Geddes, who's running the field wisely. I love what Geddes brings to them in transition. I'd like to see them run more between him, Resch, and McKay. They all have offensive capabilities.
20 seconds left. Fields, they do make him a passer. Oh, Keith. Oh, man.
Now what do you do, Ryan? He's passing. What do you do? Slide to him, you show, gets teammates involved. This guy is off to something. We saw him with the most memorable goal of the season up in Boston when he went between his legs. But he's shown you that he's way more than just a goal scorer. The creativity and awareness to get to the goal line and then see the pressure from the defense, almost toying with them.
Yeah, but this is about Mac O'Keefe, no? I mean, it's a good
He doesn't get that goal unless he understands where the pressure's coming from.
Plant foot right there, then he goes underneath, toe drag, and then gets hit as he delivers. Like, that's a ridiculous goal by O'Keefe. It's a great feed by Fields, no doubt. But that finish by O'Keefe.
I'm with you. It's just that we're up in the booth saying, let's slide to Connor Fields. Well, if you show early, he's going to do that.
Dobson, the rookie out of Notre Dame. 6'5" lefty. A pole goal for Utah. And it's the rookie, Mason Woodward, with his first career professional goal.
And this is a ton of faith in transition. You know, this is not normally a situation where he's left all by himself on the crease. In transition, you crash the crease. Woodward's been right in the middle. Matt Moore kind of forces it in there. He's got two poles down there, actually. I mean, Woodward's got some area, but he's getting hacked all over by Rowlett and company.
Showed a lot of skill, too. If you watch the rookie in college at Marquette, played a ton of wings on the face-offs, but in transition, he stayed on, too. Shot the ball a lot. You see how comfortable he is in the offensive set, and then the faith of Coach Bates. It's an easier transition for him because he's a pole that's played everywhere on the field.
Nasty stick, great off the ground. A Baltimore product, and that's why he's got that big cheering section here.
Schreiber, turn and fire, ties the game at 6. Welcome to the chat, reigning MVP.
You like corners? Whew. This is an absolute hammer. Keep in mind, Blaze Reardon is a lefty. So I think Schreiber has him guessing maybe a little bit low. but how quick the top hand is and how he's able to trigger that right away into that top corner. He uses the roll actually to his momentum, right? Like, so he takes the defensive pressure and almost catapults himself out of that roll to get more power in this shot. This is a thing of beauty.
And what I love is the execution combined with the IQ. He's matched up on a short stick, and he doesn't like back up or wait. He doesn't let the defense get organized and structured behind it. He aggressively attacks it right away and gets that off before any slide can come.
Possession change, so 52 to shoot. Byrne uses about 3 seconds and dunks it with his off right hand.
Beautiful identification by Byrne. Hasek wisely plays him as a heavy left-handed player. So after Minikis picks up this ground ball and swings it, Hasek's sitting on his left. And Byrne goes to the right hand, one hand scoop shot here. This wraparound bouncer.
When Hasek decided to close out his left, he opened up the gate, right? He said, here it is. Here's the gates open. But Josh Byrne is so good shooting one-handed with his right. I honestly think if you asked Josh Byrne to do that two-handed, he probably would have missed the cage.
I may press out on this group just to throw him out of the rhythm.
Ambler spins it through Ament at X. No look, skip. Schreiber for 2! Stamps it top left corner. 102.
It's like he's got a magnet to that top corner. He's hammering it, RB.
It's all about the skip pass as it gets to Ament. Frees it right here. This is his read, so he's looking at this defender right here. He's seeing which way he rotates. Once he shades a little bit to his right, he knows the skip pass is going to open up. That little shade by Ray frees up the skip pass to Schreiber.
He's owning this corner. Blaze reared in the lefty. Off stick, side high. You see the toe right by the line.
Minikis flips it back to Scott. Bounces it past Dobson. Chaos back in front. The rookie's got 2 goals in the first half.
It looked like it was chaos early. Utah and Tom Schreiber absolutely hammering corners for Chris Bates. Had a thing or two to say. There's been a lot of rookies stepping up in 2024. The Chaos have one at number 15. Rutgers' Ross Scott has a thing to say.
And his ability to attack from any part of the field. Here he's inverting against Resch.
O'Keefe another look. Reardon kicks it aside. O'Keefe, what a ground ball on the rebound. Now Schreiber twisters away from Rowlett. Leclerc, lots of space. Way too much. It'll be a 1 for Trey Leclerc. Even when he's playing attack, he can stretch it from outside.
Yeah, he smokes this one. And when you watch him throughout his college days, his signature position in the offense at Ohio State was time and room with a righty rip ever since his freshman year. He's played transition, and you see the giddy up too. Like, there's so much power here, Ryan. He catches this in the momentum of 1, 2, 3 steps and a snap.
Yeah, everything is beautiful. The only criticism is just the discipline to have that last plant foot above the 2-point arc.
Watching as his Chaos try to take the lead again. Tied at 8. Knobloch! Oh! Pinging it up right, 90.
You like that? Well, we don't know if
like
they
that?
Executed the play because we
Like
didn't hear
that?
the end of it, but just like they drew it up, Kark.
Yeah.
Just like they drew it up.
When we were scouting guys for the draft, the more I watched Shane Knobloch, the more he reminded me of Mike Chanichuk, right? Like his ability to go 2 hands in the quick release. I thought that time he did a fantastic job on Robbins in terms of feeling that defensive pressure and not bringing his stick back too far. You can only do that when you have powerful wrists, though. If you have to bring the stick back to get the torque from the hips, you're going to get trail checked.
Yeah, he'll seal it up. Instead of trying to get his stick head to the offside low, he just drops his right hand in almost a blocker
Beautiful
position.
two-man Schreiber to Leclerc, who's playing attack with Moore on the sideline.
And I don't think Blaze right now can approach a shot off of ball movement the way he wants because he's hobbled, Ryan.
It's just a gorgeous two-man game here by Schreiber and Leclerc. So here you got the two players involved defensively. You're going to see a little screen here by Leclerc, and then what I want you to notice is all of this space is then going to be vacated post this pick. So they're going to set this up. Leclerc's going to set that pick and then slip it, and they've cleared out that entire side. That little pump by Schreiber holds the defense. That pump, and then the touch allowing Leclerc to run underneath and into it.
Yeah, it's the pump, but also the way that he pumps, he's selling the middle of the field to go to the opposite side, too. So that deception gets the defense to shift one way, and he counters with the pass down to that backside.
Shot clock into single digits. Knobloch takes the shot and goes top shelf again. Well, they took him in the top 5 for a reason.
And rookies are coming to the party. At the end of the second quarter, his college teammate and Chaos teammate Ross Scott hit one from behind the cage. Shane Knobloch, 4th overall, answering for the Chaos. This offense is alive. The snap of a wrist in the top corner's got him up by 2.
One thing to note here, guys, Matt Moore, the shoulder injury in the first half. He was in the tent for a little bit, came back out, was wearing his helmet, didn't see him again afterward. There's Brian Minikis, who scores for Carolina, and they are into double figures. We'll keep an eye on 11 in orange and blue.
Yeah, what I love about Minikis here is he runs out of daylight, but he puts on the brakes and then works and weaves his way back underneath and in front of the cage. So you see this dodge down the alley right here. There's no space. But his nifty footwork, he's able to break down. You see Connor Marr go for that trail check, 31 in orange. He breaks down and then works his way back upfield. Quick glance, do I have time? Yes, I do, and then he buries it.
It's almost like he slams on the brakes, right? This is a guy, one of the fastest straight-line dodgers in the league, along with a guy like Michael Sowers. To hit the brakes and then to go upfield and change your hands. I think one of the most underrated pieces to Brian Minikis' game is how two-handed he is. Couch's been good when he's called upon. For the season, he's at 55%.
No save there, though, as the Archers pull within 1.
Well, he got the first one. He stared down a Schreiber missile in transition, but he just wasn't able to cleanly secure it. This is a beautiful feed by Fields, hitting Schreiber in stride.
That was a great save, that first one.
Great save, just wasn't able to corral it. And then just Johnny on the spot, O'Keefe picks up the loose change. That with the emergence of Fields.
Minikis lefty shot. Catches iron and buries it.
Now we're seeing inside Minikis, outside Minikis, and the speed in which he shakes the defense on this move is terrific. Brian Minikis, when I watched him in his grad transfer year after spending 4 years at Colgate, went to Georgetown, just owned matchups. And now, if you have Ross Scott behind as a quarterback, Minikis, who played a ton of attack his entire career, can play quarterback from up top. You have that 1-2 punch in the balance.
He's one of the quickest guys in the league, can seemingly gain leverage on a short stick. After 1 or 2 steps, he's that fast.
Fields trying to back down Newman. He gets tossed aside, and he did it again. Hat trick for Connor Fields. Add it to the highlight reel.
Did I tell you he's Houdini? He has no business scoring this goal. He's dead to rights.
Hey, Newman is sitting on the left-handed rollback, and Connor Fields goes with that hold, that hook. So he'll roll right here. Watch as Newman holds and whips him around. Fields just goes with it.
He goes with it, but he loses his base.
Yeah,
like, this is insane.
He shoots this from his knees, backhanded.
No look feed, It works to perfection. Ross Scott with the dunk. Josh Byrne the assist.
He is passing better than I've ever seen. The double deuce is dealing, Ryan.
It's a beautiful skip by Josh Byrne. They're going to swing it to him. He's the top middle of this 3-3. Watch Ross Scott. He's behind the cage. He's going to go all the way around. So when we get to Josh Byrne, freeze it right here. He's reading right here. He's reading Hasek. So you're going to get Knobloch. He's going to fly up here, and Hasek is going to react to that. And that's going to free up that skip lane right through there to Ross Scott. So Josh Byrne's reading Hasek. He notices he goes out with Knobloch. That frees up the skip lane to Ross Scott.
I think this Chaos offense, all-time high in terms of season performance, I think, today.
I think if there's anybody else in cage, Schreiber would have shot that from 2.
Amen goes quickly and beats Blaze. Back to a 1-goal game.
Wow. I was talking about Minikis' 10-yard speed. How about this guy? Yeah. Shot out of a cannon. Grant Amen with the first step and then the acceleration. So it's a little bit of a stutter. It's a subtle stutter into pure gas.
And this is why where are the assists from Archers? Like, you're not going to slide to that? You're not going to slide to that?
That's the answer. You got to start sliding to this guy.
Wouldn't you want a double pole here? Schreiber and Amen.
Archers tie it up. Trey LeClaire with a hat trick. Looks pretty comfortable playing attack, doesn't he?
His positional flexibility and comfort at both attack and midfield. I mean, he rips this in transition. Geddes slides upfield. He's got a ton of space, and he just hammers.
Stick's low, right? Stick is low, like it's a fake and an overhand rip in one. But credit Chris Bates. The last 2 goals is why he's smarter than me. Because I would have said, just put Amen in for Matt Moore. No.
Yes!
Oh, Dobson, he's on the board,
yes!
baby. Welcome to the party. Eric Dobson, his 5th goal of his rookie season.
He shoots better than you.
Than I do.
I mean, he just shrugs off this defender. This is what I was calling for earlier. Sweep to your left hand, young man. And he's matched up against John Robbins, 5'9", 185. Eric Dobson, 6'5", 235.
Yeah, they're going after Robbins a little bit. Knobloch beat him earlier in the second quarter, and then Dobson, you called it too. Get to the middle of the field.
There goes Schreiber.
Oh, so that's
Schreiber.
That's the issue if you short stick LeClaire. If you put a short stick on LeClaire, there's no ego there. It's not like he's going to magically turn into a Dodger. He's just going to get involved in a 2-man game for the reigning MVP. So there's the switch.
Don't switch. How about don't switch and make this team score?
I mean, the accuracy.
As ISOs. That's an amazing shot as he doesn't have much angle.
The
there.
accuracy on that is world class.
Not much of an angle, but the awareness to understand what hand the goalie is, too. And the margin for error. I mean, Blaze is a lefty goalie.
Good defense from the shorty. Kurtz, all kinds of space. And he cashes out. Chaos back in front.
They played Knobloch as a Dodger. And the rookie used awareness and sixth sense to be the passer. Ty Kurtz has been quiet, filling in for Jules Henningberg. When they needed him most, he delivered on a hot day in Baltimore. We've got a dandy.